Hello, scholars. One last video to watch before it's all over. You know, some semesters never seem to end, but this one seems to have gone rather quickly. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. What we're going to do here is give you some things to take away from the class with you to keep. I know that sometimes when a class ends, most everything falls out of a student's head, and all they have to show for it is a grade and a tuition bill. But some things you might want to keep in mind from having taken this course. Please keep them in mind. 1. Elements that make up good mystery. And here we have an old friend. William Shakespeare is about to enter the stage, and he's going to talk to you for a little while. Hi, am I in focus here? Is this thing on? Ignore the fingers. Ignore the man behind the screen. What you want to remember about mystery is, 1, I am perhaps the great mystery writer in English, one of the first mystery writers in English. Hamlet, King Lear, Titus Andronicus, the Scottish play. Ah yes, I am a great playwright, but I am not a role model. I often got in trouble with the government for putting on odd plays. I probably suffered from an STD. I was almost executed by the government for hoarding grain back in Stratford when I retired. As a playwright, I retired with a lot of money. Shows how great I was. But at any rate, 3 things you need to remember that make for a good mystery, other than, of course, my mysteries. 1, character. Mysteries are character-driven, and you have to have an interesting character at the center of it all in order to make people want to turn pages, particularly if there are 650, 700 pages, and I'm talking about the girl with the dragon tattoo. But of course, Scandinavian literature can be long because the nights are long, and there's not much else to do but watch the snow fall, watch the snow melt, wander around in the slush, catch cold, be depressed. So, character. I'll now introduce one of my colleagues who will take you through character. Notice how deftly we're moving here. All the world's a stage, you know. Hi, Sherlock again to talk about character. I'm a character. I'm not a role model. Told you about my habits and hobbies when I'm not working. But still, you need characters that are distinct, that are vivid, that are interesting, and not totally unlike yourself in order to maintain interest in a novel. Also, it doesn't hurt if you have nifty clothing. Notice the hat. Pretty cool cape, too. Yeah, okay. So, character is an important thing, and you want to have a really vivid character. Otherwise, it's boring. Another important aspect of the play is, hey, wait a minute, you didn't even mention me much. Well, you're a stone bird sitting on a skull. I'm a raven. I'm Edgar Allan Poe's Raven. Edgar Allan Poe never got as much credit in this course as he should have as a creator of the mystery genre in English language. Well, you only wrote 5 mysteries, Mr. Poe. Besides, Poe isn't actually here. You're a raven. And everybody knows that ravens aren't talking much, unless you're a raven maniac. Okay, so Poe was important. 5 short stories. The orangutan did it. Next, you want to think about plot in terms of your mystery. A plot can be fairly direct. Yes, that's spaghetti, fairly direct. Or, and plots usually are fairly direct in mysteries, or it can be a little more. Oh, God, are those all shoelaces? Yeah, those are all spare shoelaces. It's all fairly sanitary, though. Don't worry, we'll clean up later. or the plot can have a few twists and turns. Generally, mysteries do not have a lot of twists and turns, but if you read The Red Bird, if you survived the Red Breast, if you survived the Red Breast, you know that plots are not always point A to point B. Now, the next important thing to remember about a play, or not a play, but a mystery is setting. And here we have last look at our little theater. Must close soon, GLIT 155. Our revels are nearly over. Yes, I can hear the sounds of revelry already. But most any place can be a setting for a mystery. For instance, the British novelist Simon Brett has an actor as his main character, and he solves mysteries. Things keep falling out of the flies, out of the sky, from the ceiling in his murder mysteries and killing actors. Well, that's not always a bad thing to have happen, but his character solves the mysteries. He also remembers, as he's solving the mysteries, every bad review he's ever gotten. Kind of sad. But it can have most any place as the setting for a good mystery. A manor house, the out of doors, Canadian wilderness, Montana, even Mississippi, Florida. And there are different sorts of mysteries that happen in these places because, as I think I've mentioned almost to the point of boredom, the fact that the setting can almost become another character in a mystery. In Scandinavian literature, you have snowy, cold, dark scenery. In Southern California, you have sunny beaches, orange groves, that sort of thing. In Florida, you have another sort of setting for the mystery. Think Miami Vice. Or, once again, ask your grandparents about Miami Vice. It was a pretty good show. Friday evenings, late 70s, early 80s. Lots of really cool clothes. Not many socks, though. Imagine Scandinavian literature without socks. Very difficult. So, character, plot, setting. And what else do we need to talk about? Well, you, Dr. Jones, why are you always behind the camera here? Why are you never in front doing the talking head thing, as happens most of the time in classes like this? Well, because I'm behind the camera. Okay, all right. I can hear the applause starting in the cheap seats. Coming up soon. Hi there. I'm Dr. Jones. I taught the course. I'm here. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. And I hope you take these 3 things away from you. Well, 4 things. It's impossible to make an honest living as a puppeteer. You have to have good characters to make your play, your mystery, and plays can be mysteries as well. The Mousetrap, Agatha Christie, wrote it as a birthday present for her nephew. She just kind of tossed it off in a couple of hours. It was so successful that the nephew never had to work a day in his life. If you have an aunt who's a writer and doesn't know what to get you for your birthday, ask her to write a play for you. You may never have to work again. Also, you need a good plot, strong plot. It can be straight. It can be straightforward, point A to point B, or it can be a little more twisty. All right, I think that covers most everything. Character, plot, setting, and for those of you who were worried about the first video, I'll clear it all up for you now. Colonel Mustard in the dining room with a pipe wrench. Thank you. It's been a joy, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well.